Easy. We're live, baby. I thought that was good. Well, ladies and gents, welcome back to another live stream. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I don't know if the footage is coming out great right this second. It's hard for me to tell. I'm on my bike currently, but don't worry, we are almost to the pond. I've been biking for about 25 minutes before we even got the camera on. Starting it a little early though, because I want to film us getting this final grind in up this hill. We are going today, doing a live stream. I'm gonna go be fishing a beautiful pond. I've made a couple videos up before. I love to fish. It's kind of out in the woods. It's a great pond. It's currently, what is it, 3:57? I don't know if anybody's tuned in right now, but either way, we're rocking it, baby. So this pond is really pretty because it's really deep, really clear water. However, there's a lot of wild animals around this pond. There's actually, believe it or not, been true mountain lion sightings around this pond. So we have to be careful. Almost there. Got this final hill, and it's all downhill from there. I got one rod with me on the bike. I literally have one Plastic Reaction Innovations lures in my pocket. That's all we need. Here we go. Come on. It's a big hill. It's been a lot of this for the last 25 minutes. I was gonna start the camera on earlier, but I figured y'all wouldn't want to watch me suffer going up a bike for 20 minutes, hill on a bike. So now this is the fun part though. Straight downhill. Thank y'all for tuning in again today. Let's go catch some fish. There we go. One about Mach 8 right there. So now we got the bike. Thankfully it's a light bike. Lift it up over this. And then we can actually get right back on the bike and do a little off-roading down to our spot. I think we're still going. I told y'all it's in the woods. It keeps giving me warnings that it's not connecting. Thank y'all for tuning in to another live stream. Thank you, Levi, for tuning in. Today, we are out at a pond. Just rode my bike out here. Got one rod with me, and literally can't get it out. One pack of plastics with a couple extra jig heads. That's all we're gonna use. So that's about it. Let's get to fishing. It gets dark pretty quick out here this time of year in South Texas, so we gotta get fishing. Let's go ahead and first things first. Got some pliers here. I kind of rigged. I know Levi is in the middle of January, and it's like, we're just gonna throw that around. See all luck we can. I think we can. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Got our lure here. First cast. It is extremely bright. Holy cow. There's a huge glare. We're just gonna work this guy around, see if we can't catch a fish. I know we're gonna catch a fish. I have very good feelings about it. I think with the way this weather is, a huge front is coming in Sunday evening out here. It's gonna be crazy cold, and a lot of times it really is. Fish can sense when a weather change like that is gonna happen. I thought we had fish first try. That would have been ridiculous. They get sense when a weather change like that's gonna happen, and they will feed a ton on the hot days before that weather change to get really full. So a lot of times fishing for a big crazy front is great fishing. Of course, we're gonna have the one dog in the hole in the house by all the woods be barking at us. I'm just kind of working this thing around. I know we're gonna pick something up. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Like I said, hope y'all are having a great day. Let's see, this is the pond, by the way, just to show y'all. Normal looking pond, nothing super special about it. There's a lot of snakes, that's pretty special about it. There's a lot of snakes out here. Ooh, let's see if we can kind of wedge this thing right here, maybe. Oh, that's totally gonna fall. Try it anyways, though. Why not? Got nothing to lose, except a cell phone. And that's something pretty big to lose, but it's okay. Man, it is so peaceful out here. One of the best things in the world for any of you guys that fish or don't fish or whatever. Just, man, getting on by yourself and just being out in nature. With or without a rod and reel. Obviously, I prefer to have a rod and reel, but... Ooh, that was a fish. So, anyways, what I was saying is, it's just like the most relaxing thing ever. Especially a day like this. It's nice. It's breezy. It's warm. Not much better than that. Rocking the Wind Rider Hooded Helios sun shirt. Just makes you feel so good. Nice, comfortable. Lets the breeze come in, make you feel nice and cool, but keeps the harmful UV rays from the sun out. Ooh. Check them out, Wind Rider. No, really though, I absolutely love these shirts, y'all. I've been wearing them a ton in the videos. As y'all know, they're just so comfortable. They're amazing. It's just a matter of time before we catch our first fish. This pond has some pretty big bass in it. I've caught a couple bass over 3, 4, 5 pounds. I've seen a couple in here. I think we're much bigger than that. I hooked one once long before I had my YouTube channel. That got off right at the bank. That was a bad day for me. I was not having it that day. I missed a lot of big fish that day at this pond. This pond is an interesting case because it used to be really deep. So like where I used to be standing used to be almost underwater. It used to be a really, really deep pond, like 30 feet deep in the middle. It was a really deep creek that for some reason a building company like dammed it up and it made it really deep. Well, then during the drought last summer that we had here in South Texas, it got almost totally dry. There's about 5 feet of water in the bottom. Well, it didn't go totally dry, so all the fish survived. And then now we've had a ton of rain and wet, cold weather out here in South Texas so far this fall and winter, and it's been filling back up. And now I'd say it's at probably a perfect level because it's not like crazy deep. I mean, it's always probably better for a pond to be bigger and deeper, but it's a great little pond. So good for fishing. I know for a factual point that if we keep working this lure around, we're gonna catch fish. Of course, it doesn't help if you get hung up in native grass. The native grass out here in South Texas will come and bite you in the butt. That's some thick grass out here. I don't know if that's something to be bragging about. Can't speak. But it is a factual point. Okay. That cast, I know y'all can't see this cast, but it's right in this little cove. There has to be a fish in there. Oh my gosh! There was a fish in there. Dang it. We got slammed on the fall. There's this beautiful little shaded cove, you guys. That's so good looking. I just know there's fish chilling out in there. This pond that's the only downside of this pond is there's so many trees around it. It gets really shady and like creepily dark around it quick. And there's, like I was talking about earlier, there's some serious wild animals out here. So, just gotta keep that in mind. Oh, there he is. No, he came off. He came off. He came off. He came off. That was a fishy, guys. That was a certified 10 pounder. Okay, that's a complete lie. It was not a certified 10 pounder, but that was a fish. Tell me how that happens, will you? The plastic went through the eye and then got, that was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. That was a certified fish though. In that same cove, there's always fish over there, and he just popped it. We're gonna catch him. It's just a matter of when. Okay, that is literally could not have been a better cast. Wait, get it around the tree, the line around the tree. Don't get the line stuck in the tree. So much wind, it's trying to blow my line into a tree. Yeah, I gotta recast this one. It's gonna get caught up. Re-rig this, so just to show you what I'm throwing. Jig head, the simplest rig. It's not even, I'm not gonna lie, it looks very like a noob rig. It's just straight braid to a weird little jig head. I found I'm a big fan of just using up hooks and jig heads. I don't like to open new ones until I absolutely have to. And a little Reactions Innovation plastic. That's it. That is it. That is all you need to catch fish. Fishermen a lot of times like to overcomplicate it, go buy the nicest gear and all that, which don't get me wrong, sometimes it's super fun. I have some nice rods I love using, but this rod I got at a pawn shop. It's all braid, no leader, a jig head and plastic. That's all you need to catch a fish. I'm just gonna leave a painful mark where we lost those two fish. That was tough. Felt like a good hit too. Let's try one more. Okay, that's right where we lost him. That is it. That's where he is. That is where Jimmy is living. We let it sink like I did the first time, and it's not working. That is where he's living. Bro, is it in there? Come hit it, buddy. Come hit it. Come on. You know you want. You know you want. I know you're dieting January 1st. It's okay though. Have a little cheat day. Grab yourself a nice big worm. It's making me hungry. No, it's not. That's disgusting. That's what we need though, is a fish. We give up on his New Year's revolution. Resolution. New Year's resolution. Not revolution. That was the war. My bad. Okay. Moving spots here. Just move it a little bit further down. Can y'all fit in this? Nice. We're getting it. There's a lady screaming. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to. I was just about to say there's a lady screaming her butt off over there about who knows what. And then I got hammered and I set the hook and my line broke. This is a rough start. Rough start to the live stream. It's okay though. Thankfully, I was somewhat prepared. I bring extra hooks. I almost did not bring extra hooks because I was like, there's no structure in this pond. It's just grass and water. What is there to break off? And then I was like, well, I am using really light braid. There's no harm in bringing a little extra hooks in the pack of plastics. And boy, oh boy, am I glad I did. Because that would have sucked. But we're going to re-rig here and get right back out there and catch that guy. So far, all three of the fish I've hooked have been right off the grass on the other side, which is interesting because the other side is shaded and it got really hot today. So maybe that water temp got a little, I mean, the actual water temp, like throughout the whole pond, can't change over one day of it being hot. But up shallow can certainly be, temperature can fluctuate a little bit. A lot of people don't realize the sun plays a part in the underwater ecosystem. Like, I bet this is a fact a lot of y'all didn't know. I know this from having my backyard ponds with all this fish in them. I had to do a ton of research from when we built those ponds with all the stuff from the pond guy and stuff. I don't know if y'all watched those videos, but anyways, did you know that fish can get sunburned? Because I did not know that until about 2 years ago when I started, I guess 3 or 4 years ago, geez. But when I started building all those ponds, fish can indeed get sunburned, just like us, even underwater. So a lot of times in a hot, sunny day in South Texas, that's why you always find fish under the docks and stuff. They're trying to get out of the sun. They don't got no SPF 50 down there, and a little sunscreen. No, they got to go find themselves some shade. the old school way. So, a lot of times here in Texas, fishing in the shade is key. Now if I could just tie a freaking knot, that'd be very helpful. Oh my gosh. This braid is a little too thin for my liking. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Bear with me, you guys. That's part of the live stream. I know it's a little real, but it's real. There's no editing, no cuts. This is everybody. If you're a fisherman, you know it's totally relatable. If not, I'm sorry. Just bear with me here a little bit. This is the behind the scenes of what goes into a real fishing adventure. It is not all just catching fish and getting awesome photos. There's a lot of rigging up, tying up, trying your best to catch a freaking fish. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing right this second. Here we go. We're getting closer. You finally got a lead. Come on now, baby. This is crazy. Sorry, guys. It's so hard to get this knot tied for y'all quick, but it will not cooperate. Okay, we're finally getting there. Oh, we almost got it. Oh, I think we got it. I think that we got it. I'm not quite positive. I think that we got it though. Yeah, we got it. Hallelujah, I didn't think that was ever gonna happen. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, another plastic worm here. All that we need. All that we need. We're gonna throw this guy out there. Go catch, ouch, something is biting the heck out of me. And go catch us the fish that we just lost. There we go. First cast back in action after an 18-hour detour. This is the cast. It is so incredibly windy out here, man. These lures are just flinging around. Oh boy, it's getting windy. It is getting mighty, mighty windy. Okay, take one more cast over here. Got one. We're on. We are on. Oh my gosh. Ladies and gents, we are on. We are on a fish. We are on a fish. Come on. First fish of the live stream, baby. First fish of the live stream and of the day. Oh my gosh, he's stuck in native grass. I told you guys this native grass is serious. There we go. First bass of the stream. It's right over where we lost that other one. Beautiful little guy. Let's get a release on him. No time wasted. Whoa. That's a good little fish. Thank you for hitting, buddy. Whew, that water's cold. There he goes. First fish of the stream, baby. That is big. That is huge. Sit you guys. Back up there. On the reaction worm, I knew there was no way we weren't going to catch fish. I was confident we were going to catch one. It was just a matter of when. I really need a heavier jig head on with how fast this wind is moving, you guys. It's moving quick. Okay, here we go. This is the cast. Wait, this is the cast. Okay. We're not going to go any further down the pond because I know from experience it gets extremely shallow. So we're going to start walking back. One fish. We are on the board on this beautiful Thursday. How'd y'all's day go today, huh? Hopefully good. Hope y'all had a great day. All I know is I'm outside fishing, whether I was catching fish or not. Can't ask for much more. Okay, leave the bike there. Let's try and get on this little pocket down here. Want to cast off deep. Plus get a little protected from the wind, man. The wind is howling. That's that front coming in. I'll get a better view of the pond too. It's a beautiful, beautiful pond. Thought that was a snake. It was a large frog. Man, this pond's actually up from when I was last here too. Oh yeah, let's set up the camera right here. Sorry, y'all, give me a second. Make some minor adjustments. Just like that. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. Be right back down there. Start making a cast up shallow. See if you got anybody hanging out up shallow, huh? I know there's a couple of them, just a matter of if you get in front of them. This lure looks so good though. This reaction worm, it's spicy. Ooh, that might have been grass. That did feel like grass, I'm not gonna lie. That is not grass. Oh, wait, ready? Oh, we got a fish on. I thought a car was gonna come, so I was gonna lower my rod tip. That, he's not grass. Another little bass, fish number 2 on the stream. Beautiful guy. Thank you for hitting, buddy. No, not into the rocks. There you go. That was not the cleanest release. He didn't know which way to go. Holy! That guy was not friendly to my cell phone. Dang. It's probably fine. I don't have that many cracks in my phone. I'm probably okay. Okay. Where y'all at? Get y'all back set up. There we go. Fish number 2. Maybe catching a little fire. Who knows? Who knows? Let's say cast out deep. I hope y'all can hear me with this wind. I'm assuming you can. I'm sorry if there's any sort of wind turbulence in the audio. It is windy. We got 2 fish though. In what? 25 minutes, probably only 20 minutes of fishing though. That is pretty dang good. Ooh. Might have just got hit again. Little grass. Go out here. Flat out in the middle. Let that thing sink a little bit. And start reeling her in. Wow, it's pretty out here. And we need to change up strategies here on how to cast, because the wind is just eating up my lures that cast it. It's going absolutely nowhere. There we go, a little lower. A little lower. Well, it's a new year, 2024. First live 2024. And we got a lot of fishing and adventures ahead of us, that is for sure. We, believe it or not, have one of the biggest adventures, or not one of the biggest adventure I've ever been on planned. I cannot say anything about it yet, though. It is still a work in progress. That was such a cool Mustang just went by. Sorry, y'all probably heard that. That was an old, like, 66 Mustang, but we are we got some serious stuff planned for 2024, to say the least. We do. That was a fish, just, ooh, that was such an accurate cast while sitting down. Let it kind of dribble on by there. I think I have grass. Yeah, man. I thought I hooked him. Thought I had the fish. It's okay, though. That's about it for me, though. How have y'all been? Doing good, hopefully. All I know is that we got a lot of fishing to do, a lot of fish to catch, and a lot of adventures to be on. So obviously it's about fishing. Hudson's Fishing Adventures, the channel's about fishing. But it's also just about getting outdoors. Being out in this beautiful, beautiful weather. Ooh, that might have been a fish. Getting to enjoy all these excursions and adventures with y'all. It's the biggest thing right there. Biggest thing. Just stand up here. I don't normally fish sitting down, and it does feel extremely weird. So, gonna fire some casts out like normal. Try and catch ourselves the third bass of the day. Making a move, an executive decision here. Yes, I could be a lot more patient and we'd probably catch a fish over here, but I don't like that we're not getting quick action like I normally do out here. So, to do a little bit of exploring, we're gonna go hike around to the backside of this pond. Yeah, this is how I know the water level's up. That was totally dry last time, that weird pocket. It's proof right there that this pond is way up. Gonna hike along here though. Whoa, that's muddy. Holy muddy. Oh my gosh. This was such a poor idea. Oh, this looks so good though. Wait. This. So good. It looks so deep right here. I think we're gonna catch one right here. How is there not a bass that wants to come out and hit this? This water is so clear. I bet that y'all could see in the water if I show the... See all that grass? Yeah, you guys can see how clear it is. It is so clear. Sometimes that doesn't help the fishing because the fish can see too good and they can see your line, they can see your... They can see you. Didn't matter there though. Did not matter there. We're on a bass. I knew we were gonna catch one right there. Looked way too good. Way too good. Get this guy unhooked real quick. Fish number 3. Another little largie. Basically all you catch in here. Little bass. Get a release on him. There he goes. Fish number 3. Fish number 3. Make one more cast here before we move on. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh, that's a mess. It's always after you catch a fish and you're excited to get right back out there that the worst tangles occur. Oh, it's not as bad as it looked. Never mind. This tangle looked horrible. Can't even tell if it's tangled. It's barely tangled. Sorry, we got a little technical issue here. This line is going through here. And over here. Oh yeah, it wasn't that bad. We already got it. Looked a lot worse than it was. Boom. Done. All entangled. Like one more cast out there before we move on. I feel like I got so many bugs walking on me. You guys ever get that feeling when you're out fishing? Like you just got little things crawling all over you. Ooh, there's a bluegill right there. Did not want my lure though. Make one more cast out deep. 3 fish in what, 35 minutes? That's pretty good. Fish, well, like I said, we've only really been fishing 30 minutes. That's a fish every 10 minutes. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Okay. Never like to outfish a spot, so if the fishing god is nice enough to give me a fish in a spot, and I make 3 or 4 more casts and don't catch anything, I'm out. I'm gone. Do not like to overfish a spot. Man, this pond. Y'all see how pretty this pond looks? It's only about probably 4 or 5 acre pond. Man, it's just so pretty. It's a huge, huge bluegill right there. Starting to get that little dusk too. I like it. Great spot. Any bluegills? There are indeed a lot of bluegill out here. So look, just to show y'all the marker. See this weird rock ring? I don't know where the heck this came from. It was either man-made or made by Zeus or something. or the same people who made Stonehenge. I don't know. But this marker used to be totally underwater. You can actually see this old rock line right here. See that kind of rock line? This all used to be underwater, the pond. Then during the drought, it got down about 10 feet lower than it currently is. Now it's back up getting deep again. So that's the story of this pond. The wind just completely died down. It sounds so quiet all of a sudden. We are definitely gonna catch a fish. You got so quiet. Alan, how many have you caught? Caught three largemouth bass. That's what we're working with right now. Do we have a fish on right now? We have a fish on, I think. Oh yes, we do have a fish on. Make that 4. Oh, there's a car going by. We gotta be quiet. Okay, he's gone. We can flip him. There we go, baby. Any size? Well, this one right here is about the size of the one, maybe a little bit smaller we've been catching. Probably, I don't know, 8 inches, maybe something like that. Nothing huge, but hey, a bass is a bass. Here we go. Nope, that way. Nope, that way. There you go. What do you? No, it's that way. It's that way. There you go. He's a little confused. He was a little disoriented. Never seen a fish do that. Did I bring my sand wedge? No, I did not. I do typically. I'm golfing a lot. But no, today, solo fishing mission here. Still throwing this. Like I said, I'm a big believer on using a plastic and hooks and all that until they're absolutely garbage or like unusable. This plastic has so many holes through it, but it still works. It still catches fish. Okay. I have 4 fish. If we can get to like 10 fish, that'd be cool. I might be asking a little much, but it may also not be. Nice socks. Yes, I am wearing. I forgot about that. That was not even by design. The fishing lure socks. I wear these so much. They're just so much better than boring socks. I feel like they summon the fish. Like, I feel like I've always said that I feel like fish can like tell I'm wearing the nice Wind Rider shirt. And that's why they come and hit it. Like, fish can sense style. And then when they see those fishing lure socks, it's game over. It's game over. Okay. That is way out there. I'm gonna fish a spot for another maybe minute, and then we're gonna keep walking out because I want to get to the back of the pond before it gets dark. Send me a link. I'll wear those on my next day. Yes, the fishing socks are a perfect attractor. Ooh. That might be grass. I think we got a little grass actually. Okay. Time to move on. Like I said, if the fishing god gives us a fish, we're not gonna wear out the spot. We are not. Okay. Keep a move on, man. This pond is so pretty right now. I know I'm a sucker for like pretty views out on the water, but it's looking good. Yep. Quarter Golf Course says, what lure are they hitting? They're probably feeding before the freeze. I was talking about that right when I started. That is exactly what's going on. A lot of times fish can sense when the cold weather's coming. They feed up. So they're not having to feed in the freezing cold. Very simple. Braid to a jig head with a lure, a little plastic. Reaction Innovation plastic. That's how simple it is. I'm keeping it I've gotten to where I like to keep it very, very simple. I used to walk around with about 8 rods, a backpack everywhere I went, full of gear. Now I feel like 1 rod, a couple lures. These are all the lures I brought. A pack of plastics with like 3 jig heads. And that is all that you need to catch fish. What the heck is that? Ooh, we've got a tree pounder right here. It's a rare species, commonly found in the Amazon, a tree pounder. Now, my PB tree pounder is pretty big. It's about 8 pounds. Although, it's pretty easy to catch a tree pounder. It does not take much skill. Come on. Come on, fish. The wind's actually dying down a little bit, you guys. Getting nice and calm. Chaos when I first got out here. The wind is calming well down. Sun is starting to drop. It's not as dark as it probably looks on camera because the sun is just dropping behind this hill. So it's not actually all the way down yet. It just gets, oh, there we go. No, did he come off or is he on? No, he came off. Oh no, we had a fish. I was distracted talking about the sun. Okay, but what I was saying is that the sun gets behind this big hill the way it sets in the west. So it makes it, it's gonna be dark by this pond quicker than it's even dark anywhere else. Man, that was a fish. Agreed, I have a friend that brings the entire academy. Oh, we got one. We are on. And never catches a fish. Well, take that to your friend in a nice way. Because I got 1 rod, 0 lures, 0 lures. 1 pack of lures, obviously. But we're catching fish. Another fish right there. Okay. This guy got a little weird. There we go. A little largy. This one's got kind of a... Get a release on him. They're all, the first that everyone I've released has flipped and tried to swim up the bank is the first thing they do. I don't know what that is. We've still got our lure. It is still alive. It is still catching fish. So we're still going to use it. There we go. Was that fish number 5, I think? It's pretty good. Pretty good right there. That'd be number 6, 5 or 6. I'm not quite sure. Okay. So this is when you know that a plastic is getting too messed up, so when it won't stay in the hook. So finally get a switch. You know what? Screw it. We're just gonna take a little chunk off, put that in the pocket. That way we can continue to thread this lure on and keep using it. We're gonna see if we can catch all our fish on 1 plastic. Boom, still usable for a couple more casts. You always find the coolest secluded spots. Is that, and then Corey Goff, thank you by the way. Yes, I always look for those kind of spots. And then Corey Goff said, is that an actual largemouth bass or Guadalupe bass? I believe they're largemouth bass because Guadalupe bass typically don't survive too well in ponds. And this pond was stocked years ago, I know for a fact. So they're largemouth bass, however, they can't always, their size, their coloring, their health, their size, I already said size, but I mean like thickness of them can all completely change compared, you know, due to the environment they're living in. So for instance, this is a smaller pond. It has a lot of bass and not a ton of bait. So that is probably the biggest cause why most of the fish I've caught have been smaller, because they're stunted in growth. And a lot of times when they're stunted in growth, their colorings and everything like morph a little bit, or they don't look quite like the original species, if that makes sense. It's like if you put a person in an unhealthy environment for years, they wouldn't look as great and healthy as a normal, person that's outside every day. Well, same with fish. So I'm not saying that this is an unhealthy environment. It's actually a pretty good ecosystem, but there's not a ton of bait. There's a lot of bass, random big ones. But if you notice, most of the fish we've caught have been right around 8 to 12 inches. And they also, that's why they have a quite as big, that's why typically when you see the bigger bass, they're the most lean lines and blacks, a lot of nutrients in them. Whereas these tiny little stunted bass don't have quite, I believe those are largemouth bass, not Guadalupe bass. But I have no positive way of knowing. They definitely don't look like a straight up normal largemouth. I'm gonna continue to walk around here. My bike is on the exact opposite side of the pond, which is not ideal, but get over here, fish over here for a little while. Man, it's so quiet right here. It's kind of cool. It's kind of freaky. Come on. I know that there's a fish sitting right here. Got him. No, we came off. Oh, that was so cool, you guys. I was reeling it over this little grass patch, and a bass came out and just hammered it. I saw him hit it. No. Okay, it's okay. Let's get right back out there. Try and catch. Hook, yes, it is a single hook. It's a little jig head. Get release on this guy, and I'll show you. Look at that. See that? It's crazy. See how the one turned around and tried to come up the bank? I've never seen a fish do that. Everyone's done it. Yeah. It's a single hook, just tiny little jig head. One little hook, tiny little barb. That's why all of them are popping off super easy. And we are on quite the streak right now. Here we go. Oh, that's a good cast. I'm feeling this is the cast. This is the cast. If there's a 10-pounder in this pond, it's coming from right here. If I even just feel a bite on this cast, I'm going to lose my marbles. Come on. Right. The reason it's good to fish grass lines in the winter that a lot of people like. People always think winter the fish down deep to get warm water. Well, it's not always true. Sometimes the warmest water is the most shallow water because it heats up the quickest. Shallow water heats up the quickest. If you filled up a bucket of 3 inches of water and the bucket totally full, 2 feet of water, and sat out in the sun, even if it was cold, the 3 inches would warm up quicker because it's shallower. So if it's a 10-foot deep pond, You may think all the fish are going to be deep. Yeah, there may be some suspended off deep. But if you get up shallow, that's actually going to be where the water's warming up quicker, especially on a sunny day like today was. And there's going to be fish there. That is why I think that all of our fish have come from right off the grass line. Absolutely no coincidence there. So this cast is going right. This cast is actually right on top of the grass line. Working it back, nothing there. I did notice I was seeing some bluegill on top of the grass, which means that the bass are probably right off it. Hey, waiting to ambush him. Still in shallower water to get warmer quicker. Where are we going at? 53 minutes, man. There's a decent amount of fish we caught in that little time. If you're not an angler, it probably seems like not that many, but catching 6 or 7 bass, whatever we caught in under an hour, really about 50 minutes of fishing is great. Try and be a little bit more quiet and stealthy now. The water is calming down a little bit, so it's getting closer to dusk. And I do not want to spook anything. We're gonna catch a big one, I can feel it. I can feel it. It's funny how there's so much grass this pond, and I've hooked so much grass. And every time you hook grass, it always feels like a fish. And then I feel like I'm subconsciously always thinking, man, how am I gonna know when it's an actual fish, not grass? And then whenever you feel a fish, it's just like you instantly know. It is like, I don't know how to even put it aside. Like that was grass there, for instance, so I didn't freak out. That is also grass. I think this is all grass, yeah. But a fish just feels so different. It's like I literally can't explain it. You have to have caught a fish before to kind of know the feeling. It's just a little tap, thud, and then it's game on. Stand back up. Let's try to cast way out in the middle. There we go. Just let it slow sink. See if we can't pick a fish up like that. Maybe a random guy chilling out in the middle. Starting to work our way back around the pond now. It's just getting darker. I gotta ride back on my bike. And if it gets dark, we got about a 25-minute, 30-minute bike ride in the dark, which is not gonna be fun. I do have a bike light. Still not gonna be fun. So you'll make it to experience some of that. May bring y'all along with me for the bike ride. Let's try one right here. Give you all a little bit different angle here. Oh, this is the cast. If that is not a fish, I don't know. Oh, I'm not in camera. If that is not a fish, I don't know what is. I told y'all. What did I tell y'all? I ain't the best angler in the world, but I know a thing or two about fishing, and I knew that was gonna be a fish. This feels good, actually. This actually does feel good. finally got a good fish and he's hung up in the grass. Well, some days just aren't your days. Some days are just not your days. I fought that fish for so long just to get broken off. I don't know if the fish was even still on. It just got stuck in grass and I kept pulling and pulling. And it was my fault. That's 2 breakoffs we've now had. And I think it is 100% because of the line I was using. I got 6-pound line on. Not what you want to see. Man, we're gonna retie. It's one of my last jig heads, so can't break off this one. Man, that was such a good feeling fish. That's fishing though. I mean, that's all part of it. Just what is the one big, I mean, I don't like breaking off on any fish ever, but it had to be very clearly the biggest fish we hooked today. Is the one that somehow goes and gets stuck in the grass. And I have braid on. I mean, yes, I know it's very light braid, but braid is known for cutting through grass better than any other line. So luck was just not on our side there. He'll be okay though. This, as I showed earlier, I'm just using these tiny little single hooks so that thing will pop right out. It might have already popped off. I couldn't feel him. That's when I walked away from the camera. I was walking all around opening the bail, trying to give him slack and see if he was on, see if he'd swim out, and I never ever felt him tugging on the line. So he may have just gotten off, and I may have broken off just in the grass, which would suck anyways, but at least, you know, he's all good. So we're rigged up one more time. We'll get a couple more casts out. I am in the pond. What the heck was that? Okay, strike cast repeat. Come on now, fish. Still just a little mad about that last one. Okay, let's keep moving. Keep moving. Just got water all over my phone again. I was so confused. I looked up my live stream thing, says 63 minutes. We've been going for 63 minutes, almost an hour. No. It's just a weird way of saying it. Really wish I could have landed that fish, mostly for y'all, just to get a bigger one in. But once again, that's fishing right there. That's why they call it fishing, not catching. You never know what's going to happen out in the water. Basically, just walking in the water at this point. The water has been like 5 feet lower than this. So I've been able to just walk way away from the water and way away from this native grass, and that's I think we could catch a fish right here real quick. It's right here. Yeah, we're gonna catch one right here. Spider web. Hang out with y'all. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna start hiking back to my bike. Wish me luck getting back. Probably won't film on the way back just because it's gonna be a brutal bike ride. But once again, I very much so appreciate you guys tuning in. Caught quite a lot. Really nice fish. Obviously missed two, especially that better one in the end. But it's all good. That's fishing. So I'll see y'all on the next fishing adventure. Till next time, peace out. Now give me a second while I figure out how to end this thing. Do this.